It feels like he's a number one for the Patriots. That's how I see it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's what he is now. You are correct, sir.
That's a good question. Could the Juice Boys hit 218 in
1945?
1940.
Oh, I can easily beat Tom Brady with this next underdog story. Let's talk about the brave little toaster.
Gentlemen.
Hey, all right.
Awesome.
March Madness, baby. Welcome, boys. Back to the Juice Boys Show, episode 85. Three brothers-in-laws. So freaking stupid. We started a podcast over a year and a half ago.
That's wild.
We're on the back half of 100, guys. We're that's a lot.
I can't count that high.
That's a lot of stupidity, guys. Sports podcast for the sports morons, by the sports morons, guys. Bound by the 3 Bs. Name it. Who remembers?
Who's betting bullshit? Go to something else.
Wow. That was the most confident. It took 85 episodes, but we got it. Shows drop every Friday. Be sure to follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the fun pieces of sports content. Guys, this show is as loose as the traveling rules in college basketball.
I have some thoughts on that.
An entire city is just devastated.
Have some thoughts. Let's... Guys,
some thoughts.
We're going to talk about the Colorado State Rams getting maybe screwed. Maybe?
Not maybe.
All right, guys. What are we drinking? I'm the third turn. We got Juice Boy Joe, the professor of pulp. Chrissy Pelletier. Chrissy?
Okay.
You like that?
That is something.
Chris?
Okay. Chris, what are you drinking, my friend?
Yeah.
How's your week going?
Fellas, I'm staying dry. It is just gangbusters at work right now. So showing up hungover to work is a really bad idea.
I thought I made it better.
Not when you teach kids.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Turns out they don't like that. They're not
Turns out there are certain jobs where that is frowned upon.
So no liquid. Dry as a bone?
No, I have water. I've got LaCroix, but who gives a shit? It's not anything worth mentioning.
What kind of LaCroix? The people need to know.
Pink one.
That a boy. Juice Boy Joe, what are you drinking, my friend? Pacifico?
I'm drinking. I'm going back. We just passed my favorite holiday of St. Patrick's Day, and I drank way too much. So I'm bringing it down. Light Mexican beer, delicious. Squeeze a lime.
Good call.
Oh,
it is that time of year.
He wasted it.
Overflowed. No.
I remember my first beer. Jeez.
I remember my first beer.
So Chris is drying out. Joey's drying out.
I still have some
with a beer
left too.
Oh, he's got proper 12.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right,
Just a splooge.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I guess I'll bring up the rear with the good stuff. Bottled and Bond Rieger bourbon.
Oh, no.
Instead of whiskey.
Attaboy.
Bottled and Bond. Chris, educate everyone. Bottled and Bond, what does it mean? It's classy, right?
Bottled and Bond is that I enjoy making whiskey so much, I thought I should invite the federal government into the entire goddamn process for one single sticker.
Okay. Easy enough.
So it makes it delicious then.
It was the rules pre-prohibition, right?
It was from back in the day where like whiskey, there was a lot of people making whiskey very cheaply and people were dying due to the amount of like methanol
Ingredients.
and lead and like just other things that people were putting into whiskey to pretend that it was whiskey.
Jungle juice.
And so Bottled and Bond was invented by the U.S. government as a means of basically saying we oversaw the entire process from start to finish, from like grain to bottle. We stood over their shoulders, watched all of it. We have no comment on whether it's worth a damn, but you can trust that it doesn't have methanol or lead or any other shit.
You won't go blind.
Yeah.
You won't go blind from our whiskey. Hey, that's what I'm drinking. No ice. One of those kind of drinks, guys.
Oh, whoa, you're a badass.
Yeah. I drink wine one, and I'm classy. I switch it up, you know?
You are a classy broad.
Thank you. Guys, sports talk in March Madness heavy. Little NFL. We got more on Mountain Squeeze of the week. We got a big tot. We have a nice, fun March Madness stat of the day, guys. Let's jump into it. Did CSU get screwed? Did they get screwed? It was a travel? Yes, it was. Do you call it? Do you not call it?
Okay. Well, let's first set this up a little bit more than just did they get screwed. CSU played a phenomenal first-round game, taking down Memphis. I know Memphis was out one of their best players, but still, when you take down a pretty, they're a pretty big-name college basketball team.
Coached by Penny Hardaway. Like, he's legit.
He's
Penny Hardaway.
That in itself, beating Memphis is huge. Another one, the 12 seed. All right, they somebody just put out this poll. It might have been like Yahoo or Barstool or something. Just put out this poll that said that ranked the teams that were in there based on the last 3 weeks, and CSU would have been a top 10 team. They were on a freaking heater. So they came in as a 12 seed by winning the Mountain West, getting into the tournament, and then playing exceptionally well in that first game, winning by 8. That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
They were up by 12 damn points. 12 points to Maryland. All right. And then the lack of like our size started to hurt us. Ethan Morton, I don't know who you are, but why are you guarding? Why are you guarding the best player on their team in the last second? Derek Queen is going to be a lottery pick, and you are the guy they're putting on him and just letting him go. All right. Regardless, shouldn't have been that close. Lake hit a clutch 3. I mean, Lake, like their shooting,
wild.
Their shooting is incredible. Nick Clifford, he really did show that he has NBA potential. And oh man, I was so excited. But you can't let him get that open. You can't let him just run across like that. But however, what is traveling? What is the actual definition of traveling?
You have it pulled up?
Cody, you played basketball. Tell me what you think traveling is.
As far as you can go without them blowing the whistle.
Well, I guess that's what they call it now. All right.
2 steps, so but like 2.5 steps. NBA's turned it into 3 steps and a crab dribble.
The actual definition is when they move their feet while holding the ball without dribbling, taking more than 2 steps after gathering the ball, or lifting their pivot foot before releasing the ball. This dude took 4 steps. All right, like he took 4 steps. Derek Queen had it in his hand, and not only that, he had it against his body, and then he went up and took another step. So you could say 3, but it was definitely 4 in between those dribbles. Now, stupid ass Gene Steratore comes out and says, by rule, the dribble doesn't end until there's firm possession with one hand locked, but more times than not with 2 hands. So we have to look at when the dribble ends. It never ended because he shot the ball.
Oh, Gene.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Gene. Stick to NFL.
Like, what are you talking about? I have to judge when the dribble ends. So, I mean, you could just, as long as it's not in possession of your hands and you're running, that's not a am I taking crazy pills? What is happening? Yes. What is happening?
He did hit the shot. You got to give it to him. He hit the shot.
He hit the shot. It was a really good shot.
Incredible shot.
It was a really good shot. Clutch situation. I love him before the play, like drawing up the play. Who wants it? He says, "Give me the motherfucking ball."
The question becomes: if you were on their team, would you have wanted it called for the part of the game, the purist? Would you care that it was called or not?
I mean, absolutely not. If I was a Maryland fan, I'd take the same thing as me saying, "Hey, I did it." As we said, I did admit the tuck rule, and at the time I was like, that was incomplete. But looking back on it, it's just like, come on. I would have been enraged as a Raiders fan. I'm enraged right now as a CSU fan. It's not fair.
I've got some thoughts, boys.
Oh, here we go.
For the entirety of my basketball watching life, travel has never been called according to the rules. Travel is in basketball what a balk is in baseball. Mm-hmm. It is ill-defined, and it is up to the referee to go, I know it when I see it. But there is
they seem to be blind.
No consistency for when it is and isn't applied. And it's kind of one of those where it's like, don't force our hand. Like, don't force our hand, and we'll let you get away with a whole lot. And so to say, like, by the rule, that's a travel, sure. And also, if we were to go watch the tape and count uncalled travels, I'm sure that we would lose count by the time we were at the end of half number 1. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those where, like, I think that they were fairly like the announcers kept complimenting the refs of like, boy, they're really letting these guys play. They're really letting them get physical. They're really letting them go at one another and just keeping the whistle down. And at the end of the day, like they kept that consistent on both sides of the ball. I'm bummed as a CSU fan. Like when they hit that clutch 3, I was losing my mind, which was great because my wife was working on trying to put our kid down and had to restart the whole process.
Hey, hey, that's on her.
Hey, you know what? I stand by it. But no, I mean, it is one of those where, like, honestly, watching that game, like, yeah, the refs really stayed out of it unless something needed to be called. And then the dude went and hit an absolutely insane shot to close it out. Like, definite bummer. Wanted to see CSU pull it off. And also, like, good on Maryland, good on Queen. Like, hell of a shot at a clutch moment.
And with
Jay Williams was talking about it on Get Up, and he was just saying, like, yeah, it was a travel, but if you're a referee,
like, do you call it at that moment?
Call it. So he's like, if I was a referee, I'd be eating that whistle, and just saying, just let it go out and play, because I mean, it's like he made it. So then you blow it dead and say it was a travel, and is that going to be more of a controversy than what it is right now? I think it would be. Yeah, I think it would be, even though it was a travel. You know, but at the same time, there was 3.7 seconds left. Play some damn defense. Lock it down. You know, it's just like that was a great play by Derek Queen. And like that kid's going to be a lottery pick. Some people are saying maybe top 5, top 10 pick. He's a good player, you know. And then you had Angel Reese's brother, Jordan, had a pretty good game. And for them, like Maryland's a good team. So that sucks. But yeah, damn it. That was Sweet 16 for the Rams and his 12 seed.
Would have been dope. I think
leads us in.
I think if they would have blown that, we'd be sitting here having exactly the same conversation of going, hey, as CSU fans, it's great to see them advance, but it sucks to see them just handed the win on a call that was a 50-50. Like, how many times have we talked about, like, if it's a maybe, let it go. When it's at the clutch time of the game, let it go. You know what? It sucks to be on the losing side of that. But
I'd be here saying, whatever, dude, that's a call. CSU deserves it. No, it's like, no,
I know you would.
You know, good on you. Yeah. You know, no, like I'm angry, and the CSU should be in the Sweet 16 for their first time. It would have been incredible, huge for the program. Poor Nick Clifford's gone. Hopefully, he gets drafted. Medved's gone. Yeah. Now, right after that, the head coach Nico Medved.
Minnesota. Who gives a shit?
At first, I was really pissed about it. Then I found out Minnesota's his alma mater, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So I was like, "All right, I'm not as mad about it anymore." Yeah. But I'm still mad. He's a really good coach, and so I mean, it's that's a bummer.
And with CSU losing, guys, there are no more Cinderellas. Even Arkansas 10. What do we think? It's SEC.
Historically good.
And it's SEC.
No John Calipari coach team is ever going to be a Cinderella. All right, like no, it's John Calipari. Yeah. So it's just that's not going to happen.
So no Cinderellas left. Only Big Ten. What do we got? Big 10, Big 12, SEC, just Power 5.
There's basically all SEC.
Yeah, 7
SEC teams. So half of the teams that made it, the 14 of their conference made the tournament, and 7 made the Sweet 16. Dude, SEC. After this, it's looking like football is the Big Ten and SEC is basketball. Like, what the hell happened?
Oh,
what was this shift? You know, so
is it broken? Are the mid majors dead? Is it over? NIL?
And Duke is the only ACC team left. The hell are you doing, ACC?
That's all you have. All you have is basketball.
Like, that's your thing, Duke. Duke is probably going to win. Like, they are looking like
they look unstoppable.
They look really good. So that's going to be good for the ACC. But I mean, I don't know. Florida, it was up and down, but they still look pretty damn good. I think you're right, Cody. McNeese was an incredible story. Then they got their dicks kicked in the second round. You know, and so it's just like
did not go well for them.
And so it's just like that's the mid major. I think it is gone. You know, it's gone now. Remember, we were just talking about this before the show. 2023, Florida Atlantic made a Final Four. All right, that's amazing. You know, it's just like that's not a big school. That's not a powerhouse. All of their starting 5 from that team are currently in the Sweet 16 right now for different teams.
Saw that.
Isn't that insane? Their point guard is now at Arizona. Their power forward's now at Florida. Their center, that massive 7-foot Russian, Vladislav Golden, he's at Michigan. All right, their head coach is at Michigan. All right, so their entire team is still playing. They could be a freaking powerhouse. If Florida Atlantic held on to those kids, they might have gone the back-to-back Final Fours, and they have all of those kids on that same team. That blows. Now you can't like shade the kids for taking the money and going and trying to go to a better school. I mean, would you rather play at Florida or Florida Atlantic? I don't blame them. All right, but when money's involved over like school pride, it comes a little bit of a different story. So the entire country was rooting for CSU, dude. Everybody wanted to see the 12 seed make it. We were the last hope for a Cinderella this year. I can't believe. I mean, it's just like are we ever going to see a 15 St. Peter's just come out of nowhere again? I mean, it's just like I don't know, man. It's just like this is a bummer because it's just like when you have a team, they're going to get poached. It's just free agency.
Pretty much. It's like when a team wins the Super Bowl, everyone's going to get paid, everyone's going to leave, everyone's going to get out, and they have to try to rebuild. Guys, did the stepmother kill Cinderella?
What?
Cinderella didn't get out alive? Like she was killed by the stepmom?
I mean, according to Joey, she got thrown in the fireplace.
No, she caught on fire. Her name was Cinderella. That's what her job. It was a work.
Joe, do you want to re-explain? I listened to that episode. Also, shout out to Rhymes. Like that was one of our best episodes. At least it was a funny episode. So thank you, Mike, for joining with your low IQ and your hot takes about all one seeds going on. It was great. Come on back. But you want to re-explain that, Joe? That the Cinderella
still going
analogy? Because I listened to it back, and me and Chris had no clue where you were at.
In real life,
is this worth revisiting?
I want to see if he can
In real life, the Cinderella story never doesn't actually end well.
What do you mean in real life? Like, are you saying this actually happened?
Like a person who works in the like shoveling ashes in cinder is not going to make it out of there. Nothing good's going to happen to her. She's going to die and burn to death. All right. And so the idea of a Cinderella story is giving people hope, not actually thinking that it's going to happen, but that potential at the end. Cinderella's not a real story, Cody. The Cinderella story is a feeling.
I'm still wrapped around the pole of in real life.
Yes.
So we gave you a second time to explain it, and you didn't get us.
Makes sense to me.
Yep,
that's all that matters.
I am no closer to understanding.
No, guys, should we give John Calipari an apology? He was run out of Kentucky. Everyone laughed that he went to Arkansas.
Explain run out. Come on, man.
I mean, it did not end well. He was booed there this year.
Has it ended well anywhere he's gone?
Oh, so par for the course is where you're going.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just like, do we owe him an apology? Maybe because he just beat Rick Pitino, like his arch rival, in a 10-2 upset, and it's like, and they had to fight through the SEC, fight through the SEC this entire year when the SEC we just talked about proved to be the powerhouse, and so it's just like, I mean, everybody was dogging on him because they started ranked and they ended not, got a 10 seed, barely made the tournament, but so give him that. However, why does he get ran out of town every single place he goes to? Because every single place he goes to, he cheats. He cheats so bad. Like every single place he goes to, and then he leaves that program in ruins. All right, so he got Marcus Canby into UMass. UMass is tiny. My dad graduated there in the middle of Amherst, Massachusetts. Dr. J also went there, though. Shout out UMass.
Hey.
All right, he got them there, then found out recruiting scandal. Oh, shit, quit. Went to coach the Nets, okay, in the NBA. Sanctioned after sanction on UMass scot-free. Went to Memphis, paid some kid to take Derrick Rose's SAT.
That's the best.
All right. Part. Yeah. That's
the best.
Derrick Rose never graduated high school for real. All right. Probably had somebody else walk for him. All right. Amazing. So they make it to the.
We didn't want to tear an ACL.
Yeah. They make it to the national championship game. Derrick Rose goes to the pros. Peace out, Calipari. Boom, scandal breaks. Oh, he's scot-free at Kentucky. Like Kentucky at one after another, just powerhouse of one and done. I wonder how the hell he got him there. Then he gets ran out of town. Boom. It's like the guy's never been busted for anything. But yeah, he's a master recruiter, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe now that it's legal to pay, he might not be as good anymore.
It is wild, like the amount of coaches who had success right before NIL, and then it's like, hey, the landscape's changing. Like, you're going to be able to hand over those bags above the table, but so will everyone else. And a whole bunch of like huge name coaches were like, I think I'm good. I'm done. I'm out. Like, what do you mean there's all this parity amongst who can and can't pay players? Like, we've clearly, built this elaborate scheme for how we make sure players and their families get on the payroll. Now all of a sudden everybody gets to do it. I think now's a great time for me to retire. And John Calipari is like, I think there's still some cheating left on the table here, boys.
I will figure it out, guys. I'll apologize to him. Well, I laughed at him. There's nothing. Kentucky is the highest. I mean, it's one of the.
What's a blue blood?
Yeah, it's a blue blood. So like anywhere he was going to go, you were going to laugh at. But Arkansas was like football school, but not even a great football school.
No, they're like bottom barrel SEC basketball.
Yeah, like it was an embarrassment, a demotion.
Arkansas has never been afraid of hiring pieces of shit. All right, they had Bobby Petrino there, who had like his face.
We love Bobby.
Like, ripped off. It's just about Bobby Petrino there. They don't care. And so they're just like, ooh, anything to make us money and compete in our conference. He went to Alabama because nobody else wanted him. Nobody else wanted this scandal to come on. I mean, it's like, yeah, he's a great coach, but I mean, North Carolina is not going to be like, come on, John. Come on, we need the scandal. They can get whoever the hell they want. They don't need Calipari.
Hey, we're sorry, John. Come on the show and come talk to us about it.
Come on, let's have a chat. We'll pass you a bag under the table.
Fun guy to share Pacifica with. Yeah.
I think so, guys.
You're
let's
gonna be
talk about
disappointed
Juju.
by how empty that bag is, though.
Guys, Juju Watkins tore ACL. Caitlin Clark gone.
Such a bummer.
Angel Reese gone. The new blood was coming in for the women's game. Juju Watkins. She a sophomore now. Just rips it.
Yeah.
Last night.
Now I found out she has the most points for the first 2 years in NCAA history. Had no idea.
She was.
So it's more than Caitlin Clark is on
Yeah, she's a beast.
Like head. She's incredible. She's an amazing player. Last year they had the highest ratings they've ever had.
Yeah.
And
this was the momentum. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really good players.
Is it next round or potentially the round after to where it could have been UConn with Beckers?
Yep.
And then USC with Juju.
That would have been the Elite Eight.
Yeah, that would have been like the two biggest names in women's collegiate basketball going head to head, like huge game. And now all of a sudden, like such a freaking bummer. It's wild. Like my wife and I were just talking about like, yeah, who are the big names, who's kind of rising to the occasion. And it's like, it's who you thought would be. Like it's Beckers, it's Juju Watkins are lighting the world on fire right now. And then literally I woke up and saw that this morning is like, well, shit, there goes that.
And she tore it at the worst time where she could miss the majority of next season. It was like Odell when he didn't he rip his knee in the Super Bowl? Yeah, so he missed the whole. So it's just a bad timing.
On pace for Super Bowl MVP, man, he was killing it in that game. So shout out to Sheep Pulp. One of the standouts of women's basketball this year, I got to see in person when Sheep Pulp was coaching. That Lauren Betts, the badass center for UCLA, she was down at Grandview High School. I got to see her in high school, and now seeing her dominate in she'll make the WNBA incredible. So that was a cool experience.
Bracket challenge, guys, still going on. So go check how you're doing.
Oh God,
I don't think I'm doing too.
Fellas, we've got some solid names in there. We're gonna be having to have a debate on who gets that second bottle of Dickel.
Oh,
I'm loving it.
Love me too, Dickles. Guys, hit on the NFL super quick. We'll give Joey 14 seconds. Stephon Diggs signs with the Patriots for way too much money, Joey. Holy shit. Aaron Rodgers has yet to sign on the dotted line for the Steelers. And Russell Wilson's going to the Giants. The G-Men.
So
like
Jameis Winston will be playing half the games. It'll be fun to watch.
Oh, my gosh. So Shador's not going to the Giants. Guys, quick NFL hit. The draft is coming up. Final moves for the quarterbacks. Or Stephon Diggs, Joe, really?
So 14 seconds on Stephon Diggs. The Patriots had the most cap money in the entire league, so I don't care what they do with it. Bring in players that I know can play. I don't care if Stephon Diggs misses half the season. When he's healthy, when he's healthy, he's good. You know, it's like, but we need players. They were so bad. They were so bad last year.
Players who play more than half the season.
Players. We need some players. So like, at least he could be on the horizon. I don't know how bad his torn ACL was. I don't know if he could come back to start the season. But when Stephon Diggs is healthy, he's a true number one. He'll be huge for Drake May, and because they don't have anybody else to throw to. Jalen Polk is good. He's a good rookie last year, so maybe he can develop into it too. I like the signing. Yes, it was way too much money, but I don't care. They had $180 million to spend, so it was like nobody wants to play there. They got to lure him in.
They do. They have to pay a little extra to get it. Also, Stephon Diggs, number one. He went to the Texans. He wasn't number one. He was healthy.
Because Nico Collins is one of the best in the league. So I mean, like
Nico
Stephon
Collins
Diggs
was insane.
Stephon Diggs he is a number one, but Nico Collins is a freak.
It feels like he's a number one for the Patriots. That's how I see.
That's what he is now.
Yeah.
That's what he is now.
Fair.
You are correct, sir. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Does Mac Jones Jr. have enough command of that locker room to keep
Stephon happy?
Diggs from poisoning the well?
Your boy. He was your boy.
I told you if he was good, then I'd like him.
Chris, that's a valid point, though, because Josh Allen was the man, so like get behind me. CJ Stroud I think he was captain already. Drake May's like, who knows if he's still. Stephon Diggs will be bitching for the ball. Drake May's going to eat him for lunch.
Or Mike Vrabel's an asshole, dude.
He is.
He is. I don't know what that means.
He'll be all right. He's an asshole. He won't do it with him.
Chris, you get the first crack at Russell Wilson to the G-Men Super Bowl contenders. Did anyone check their odds before the Russell Wilson and after Russell Wilson? Super Bowl odds.
I hope they went down.
They probably went down. Boys, the thing that I was most excited about.
It was more likely, Joe, that with zero quarterbacks, they would win the Super Bowl.
They have Jameis Winston.
Just run the ball.
They'd be better off with Jameis Winston.
I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
No, my favorite storyline coming out was like, okay, Jameis signed with the Giants, and now all of a sudden Travis Hunter is the perfect fit for the Giants.
It sucks.
Because he can play wide receiver when Jameis gets him the ball, and he can play corner when Jameis gets the other guy the ball.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Perfect. It is the perfect fit. And then you go and pick up Russell Wilson, you fucking cowards. Let Jameis cook. Let him still be at the helm. Yeah, they may still. I mean, it could just wind up being that they were like, hey, Russell Wilson came around to the number that we were at before, and so Jameis, you can either be third string or get cut and go sign somewhere else. I would not be surprised to see that, but my God, please let Jameis have the ball. Please let us see more of that magic that we saw Browns versus Denver this past year. I love it.
That's going to be the weirdest locker room.
Why the Lord let me throw so many interceptions? I was praying for no more interceptions.
Like the Russell Wilson pregame speech versus the Jameis Winston.
That's what I'm saying. The locker room.
Night and day difference.
They're going to hate him so much.
That's going to be the weirdest quarterback room I've ever heard of.
Wilson's just handing out Subway sandwiches and wishing everybody the best of luck.
Well, Jameis is just
Meanwhile, Jameis has the whole stadium just rocking. And he doesn't even know there's a camera and microphone on him. He's just vibing to himself.
Eating W's.
Oh, can't wait to follow the G-Men, guys. March Madness is still going. We'll see you on the other side. Music, bro. All right, guys, episode 85 of the Juice Boy Show, the only podcast in the entire world that is three brothers-in-law talking about sports. Check it.
Shout out to our friends in Ghana.
If you find out, let us know.
Also, the 127th sports podcast ranked in the great country of Ghana.
Still haven't had anybody send their address to us so Mike can ship them a $50 bill.
We're hitting it big in Ghana. Look out for our podcast tour in Ghana coming soon. Being planned Singapore as we speak. Yes,
that's our other spot.
Guys, Squeeze of the Week, Moron Mountain claim to shame. We got 2 check marks. Been a while since Let's morons clocked in. Christopher, it's been a while for you. You got some thoughts?
I feel like I only ever check the box when I want to whine about something that I'm pissed off at. So
yeah.
If y'all don't mind, y'all don't mind. I've got some complaining to do.
Yeah.
Coach Dan Hurley's first trip up Moron Mountain.
Oh,
a man who really if you're paying attention, he could probably be on Moron Mountain anytime he opens his mouth. But by God, does this man have the thinnest skin of all of basketball? A man who has won back-to-back national titles. Last year with one of the most insane storylines in recent memory, with him completely replacing his roster and taking that roster back to the Natty. Another ring, back to UConn, goes and gets himself knocked out by a Florida team that is one of the favorites to win the entire damn thing. And they go toe-to-toe, blow for blow for the entire game. And it was a spectacular game. And at the end, Florida edged out the Huskies. And what does thin-skinned little wuss boy Dan Hurley do about it? As he is walking back into the locker room, goes to the team that is getting ready to take the floor and says, "I hope they don't fuck you like they fucked us, those refs." Throws the refs under the bus and whines as if he didn't just get beaten by the better team. Like, no accountability,
zero,
no sportsmanship. Let me just blame the refs, as if we didn't just have a fantastic game and just unfortunately wound up getting beaten by the better team. Dan Hurley, you are such a moron. Welcome to the mountain.
I mean, that was like, Cody, you were ripping on D'Amico Ryans, right? Isn't that the head coach for the Texans? We're calling out the refs. This is way worse. You don't go to another team as they're coming in. The dude won 13 or 13 or 14 consecutive NCAA tournament games. I mean, that's a historic run. And then on top of that, of just a bitching to the other team, then he literally cries. He cries in the interview in the halls. I'm like, dude,
an emotional
mess. You just won back-to-back national championships. You're gonna lose eventually. You lost by what it ended up being a point with that last 3-pointer. I mean, it was a great game. Like, dude, show some class, Dan Hurley. This is crazy.
Just a touch. Oh my God, Dan Hurley is the most annoying dude in all of basketball outside of Draymond Green.
There you go. Which will never be touched.
It's also not an AAU tournament. You're like, they are going to screw you like this. It's a whole different refing crew, guys. I don't think the refs are like releasing them up to do the same game right after that, right? Aren't they rotating
running up and down the court for like 6 straight hours?
It's not AA. They're not getting $25 a game here. It's a whole crew for a specific game.
Yeah.
So that's a dumb.
God, he's just the most.
So we all agree,
man
Hurley,
on the planet.
Rent a room on Moron Mountain, my friend. Yep.
I mean, how do you win back-to-back natties and still have no confidence, no spine? Oh my God. It is just inherent to who you are.
Guys, I got a problem. Can I tell you about it?
Yeah, what's your problem?
I would love to hear about your problem.
I'm putting the NCAA on Moron Mountain.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Think about it.
Yeah, why?
The transfer portal opened up this week. We're in the middle of March Madness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What are we doing? The NCAA cannot get it right. I don't understand. Maybe their argument is this is how you keep the mid-majors in the program because they can get a head start on recruiting. But
is it open though?
I mean, it's open. I mean, there's teams. I mean, what do we have? 3 more weeks of college basketball and they can't be recruiting. They can't be doing anything. Who set up these rules? I'm so confused by it.
And you got to wonder how much backdoor deals are going on right now and just waiting to lose.
It just incentivizes you to break the rules. Like, okay, well, we anticipate we're still going to be playing, so I guess I've got to get this done.
Yeah,
when it's illegal.
Or like you said, if it's Colorado State, the head coach left. So what if was that a backdoor? It's like you almost don't want CS to go that far because you have to get a head start on recruiting because you're not some Power 5 school yet.
There's no way Nico was recruiting this time. Like, I mean, you don't sign with Minnesota the day after just out of nowhere. That was already locked up. So
that was a phone call that came through at 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
And you accepted it?
Hey, tough loss, coach. You want a new job? Sure. Just like immediate. No, that was, come on. So kids aren't going to do this too?
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
I saw there was one dude that like, buzzer sounds, take your L. Oh, by the way, I'm transferring. had to have walked into the locker room, picked up his phone, and tweeted,
"I'm out.
Thanks, I'm out. Bye." Like,
Peace University of Omaha. I'm going to Florida.
The whole thing is just broken. NIL money plus one and done.
I'm with you on
There's
this
no
one.
program building other than UConn. You got to give them some credit. Duke's still trying to build a program. You don't? Okay, no credit at all.
Just because Dan Hurley.
NCAA is broken. It pisses me off.
No, that's fair. I'm actually with you on this one. Like the transfer portal windows need to be updated. And I think at this point, like there's a certain, like I know that I've also kind of made the opposite argument as far as like it is still attached to universities. There is, scholarships and all of that. Like I think eventually you got to go to these universities and be like, all right, if you want to exist at a D1 level, like you need to go and update your rules around transfer students in order to create opportunities for these for these top tier athletes to move when it makes sense for them, even if that means their schooling looks wonky or gets disrupted, or you've got to have them dive in and their first couple of weeks they're not even in classes. They're just directly working with tutors, getting themselves caught up so that they can begin classes at odd times. Like we're putting that on the schools. We're putting that on all of you to figure out, because like at the end of the day, like the entirety of this system is supposed to be to help the athletes.
Is there any education going on? It feels like the fifth priority in the fixing of the NCAA. I mean, education is an after.
At least not with Derrick Rose and John Calipari. But
no, guys. Joey, if people like me and Chris want to submit their squeeze of the week, Moron Mountain claim to shame to the the 127th podcast in Ghana. How do they do so? Sorry, sports category podcast in Ghana. Joey,
featuring brothers-in-law.
That's amazing that there's that many. I wonder if we are dead last. But,
there's 130 actually.
Don't ask questions.
Listeners, friends, juice junkies, Ghanaians, Ghanaians.
We figured
you can submit your most outlandish sports take, Moron Mountain nominee, claim to shame, or just overall bitch session by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com, or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow, and if it has the pulp, we'll read it on the show. Chris.
Hey, buddy.
Who's sponsoring today's show?
Today's episode of the Juice Boys Show is brought to you by MLB Opening Weekend.
Yeah,
boys. Dear, delicious, juicy listener, the most important weekend in all of professional baseball is upon us. And no, that is not during the World Series. The biggest weekend in baseball is MLB Opening Weekend, because it's your first excuse to be hammered drunk in downtown Denver by noon since St. Patrick's Day.
Let's go.
One whole damn week ago.
Hold on, Chris. Rocky's been eliminated from the playoffs.
Damn it.
It already happened.
Go find yourself a rooftop bar and pound some pregame drinks and apps while your delusional friend convinces you this is the Rocks year, bro. I swear. Their young talent is really going to step up. MLB Opening Weekend is the perfect time for Joey to dust off his glove and head out to the bleachers to pound silver bullets and steal foul balls from children like a Rocky Mountain Steve Bartman. MLB Opening Weekend, because it's nice out, America's game is being played, and it's about damn time you get your liver into summer shape.
Poor Rockies. Already eliminated?
How can this season start any worse? You're supposed to have like a big, first series, big name. Who we got? The nowhere to play A's. The A's
that is the
coming
future
into town.
Anchorage, Alaska Athletics once the Juice Boys buy them.
The Sacramento A's?
Sacramento, Vegas A's. Yeah.
Vegas question mark A's?
Fellas, are we going next Friday?
Happen.
Are we going to do that?
Let's do this. Let's get down. But I don't want to go spend the $80 for a nosebleed ticket to go see the A's. So, but I
just want to go drink drinks in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, but if you wait 4 days, it'll be a 15-cent ticket.
If we wait the next day.
It'll be a $2 ticket,
The
guys.
Rockies came out with a $199 package for any game, any game. So you can go to any of them. You can go to
season tickets.
No, it's not season tickets because you have to be in the the rooftops, so general admission area. So you don't have an assigned seat. But it's just like a freestanding ticket for everything besides the Yankees and opening day series. So 70 games for $200.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad and hilarious.
It feels kind of worth it.
I was really thinking about
$3 beers up there.
All you have to do is just check in an hour before the game and bam, and then they'll and then it goes on your phone. Badow. I was like, I might do it, man.
Badow.
I mean, you can drink cheaper at the Rockies Stadium than you can at any of the bars nearby.
It's true. Especially before the game.
Not a bad deal.
Before the game.
Not a bad deal.
So.
Badow. Did you make that up?
Let's go Badow.
Guys, the big potato, big starchy fella. We just talked about underdog. Cinderellas are dead. We're going to bring them back for this segment here. Favorite underdog story? You can go team. You can go individual.
Person.
We're going Roman Coliseum is the Miracle on Ice, obviously.
Of course.
So no one picking that. Who wants to start? Let's bring back the underdog for a round here. It's not dead.
Love it.
Joey, you want some?
So what's like the actual definition of an underdog?
I think it's up to your interpretation.
Okay. How about
they didn't have a chance. They didn't have a chance in life as a team. The underdog, yeah.
Absolutely. So I think the biggest underdog story of all time is the great Jim Abbott.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Damn it.
All right. Now, Jim Abbott had one freaking hand.
Yes,
all right. Jim Abbott was born with one hand. This dude ended up playing 10 seasons in Major League Baseball, pitched a no-hitter for the Yankees, and won a gold medal in the 1988 Olympics for the U.S. baseball team. All right, absolutely unbelievable. Now, was he a good pitcher overall? No. All right, he went 87 and 108 for his career, 4.25 ERA. All right, All right, he ended up playing for 10 years, good, but his claim to shame: a kid with one hand. All right, and now he had 6 hits in his career. How the hell is that possible? All right. So, I mean, that might even be more impressive than his no-hitter.
Yeah.
The fact that he got 6 hits. All right. But the fact that the kid had one hand, would put the glove in his armpit. Okay. Throw the ball on his release, put his hand of the right hand into his glove, pull it out, field the ball, and then he'd be able to put it back into his armpit, pull the ball out and throw and still get people out. I mean, this was absolutely incredible. Now, he played in the American League for the majority of his career, so that's why he didn't have to hit besides, he still got 6 hits. But I mean, talk about underdog story, utilizing everything, making it to Major League Baseball, pitching a no-hitter in Yankee Stadium. Absolutely incredible.
Guys, he had one hand. I don't think
one hand. It was
also, this was on my list too, but people would bunt to see if he could field. What an asshole move to bunt, to force him to see what the old Jim can do.
That's so mean. That's the old David Wells defense. Fat ass David Wells. He was so good at pitching, pitched a perfect game, and the people were like, how do we beat this guy? Bunt. All right, this guy
make him sweat.
This guy cannot move. He took three bunts, was out of the game, and it was just no. I'm in the American
oxygen.
League. I'm in the American League. I don't need to move. I just pitch. All right, so
David Wells. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Christopher, can you be a one-handed son bitch?
Beautiful. Fellas, so as always, I like to take these in my own creative directions. But let's talk about an underdog story. An underdog story is about overcoming incredible odds.
Okay.
Sometimes those incredible odds are by your own making.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about one of my favorite underdog stories from when I was a kid. The movie Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey.
Doesn't have to do with anything.
You forgot to specify sports. So I decided to go with a movie about a bulldog, a golden retriever, and a cat who embark on their incredible journey after thinking stupidly that their owners had abandoned them at a ranch.
Okay.
Meanwhile, their family is actually just in San Francisco, which is arguably a much worse fate than what these animals go through.
That's
they find themselves making their way back home, having to confront a mountain lion, catch their own food, deal with porcupine needles, and also rescuing some little girl who was just like randomly lost in the woods before eventually, spoiler alert, skip ahead here if you don't want to know the ending. Before eventually, all three animals make it home.
Oh
man.
Incredible underdog story, boys. Heart-wrenching, heartwarming. It's got talking dogs and a cat. Beautiful
they're
cinema.
not actually talking. It's their yes, it is. They're good job, Chris.
What an underdog story.
Underdog, literally dogs. Yeah.
Don't worry, my next one's worse.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I guess I better get ahead of Chris on this one. Another underdog story, guys.
I'm gonna bet that you didn't go with the route that I did.
I'm gonna go with a true sports related underdog story.
Oh, we should have specified.
Dodgeball, guys. The best
I almost did
underdog
that one,
story
actually.
of all time.
A true underdog story. I just watched that last weekend.
Average Joe's gym is going to get run out of. They're going to close because the super gym, Globo Gym, is taking over the town.
Who's Globo Gym run by? Some
Ben
sort of
Stiller.
comedic
We
genius,
just
I bet.
talked about this movie 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
When you said you hate Ben Stiller,
The Average Joe's plays the Purple Cobras. Guys, do you know who else is in the tournament? Did you ever focus on who was Dodgeball? A true underdog story from 2004. It's Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller. It's fucking hilarious. I'd tell everyone to watch it. You got Average Joe's, Purple Cobras, Skills That Kills, Team Blitzkrieg, Clown Punchers, my favorite. Maybe the Moose Knucklers. That's pretty good. The Kamikazes and the Mulchers. Hell of a tournament in Vegas.
Was when they kicked out the Girl Scout troop due to doping, and they just turned and there's like a 6 foot tall Girl Scout.
Yes.
She goes, "God damn it, Bernice!"
Yes, that's right. She was taking taking steroids. The Average Joe's Gym in the qualifier, run by old Patches O'Houlihan.
Yes.
Hell of a coach. R.I.P. So it's a true underdog story. They come out on top. They beat Globo Gym. He keeps the gym. He actually buys Globo Gym. He gets the girl. Is there any better sports story?
Like the worst ending ever. The high school kids come out. They're wearing their Letterman jackets, and she's pregnant. I was
Also
like,
true.
what the hell?
Also-
why are we promoting this?
There was a pirate, Steve the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate.
Also, no one talks about old Vince Vaughn betting on his team like old Pete Rose and coming out making a lot of money on this situation. I guess there wasn't any rules back then in the old Dodgeball handbook on sports gambling. Here we are. No one asked any questions until now. That's what we do 20 years later.
Beautiful. Great pick.
Joey, underdog story number 2.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. What just happened? I have I have actual.
Speaking of Ben Stiller.
I have actual people. I got
but also earlier you talked about in real life Cinderella. So who else?
Who's taking crazy pills here?
In real life, Cinderella's she would burn. She would never have made.
Yeah, you've said that a lot.
Yeah. She would never have made it out. Do you know the life expectancy of those chimney sweepers back in the day? She would have never made it.
What is it?
Oh, like 12. So, yeah.
You don't actually know.
You have no clue. Moving on, you son of a bitch.
So, all right. I'm going to, the biggest underdog story of all time. This kid wasn't recruited out of school, had to plead, beg and borrow his way to get into a Big Ten school, only to get beat out by none other than Drew Henson. All right, getting put onto the bench for Drew Henson. Drew Henson gets hurt. This kid comes out, leads this team to a Orange Bowl victory, then gets benched again for Drew Henson the next year. Henson gets hurt. This kid comes in, throws for 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns in half the season, gets completely disregarded in the NFL draft, falls all the way to pick 197, the 6th round in the pick.
Oh my God.
6th round, 199th pick.
I'm
The
gonna take a
biggest
lap, boys.
underdog story of all time. Okay. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Chris, number 2.
Okay, there's your pick
for Tom Brady.
On.
6th round pick. No one thought anything comes off. Wins 7 Super Bowls. Sets every single record known to man. That is that is it. He would. There were 9 other quarterbacks drafted in front of him. He comes out benched behind once again.
The Michigan quarterback was an underdog. The Michigan quarterback.
absolutely underdog.
The rich kid from California.
Who goes to Michigan.
Listener, let it be known that the whole time Joey was leading up to there, he was pinching his nipples very erotically. He was just having a go of it there.
And you're mad at us for movies? You pick a Michigan quarterback?
Well, I knew if I would have said the name of, I didn't say the school. I never said the name of the school. But,
because it would have debunked your whole argument of a Michigan quarterback as an.
I don't say it because that's not important that he was there and he's still my favorite. But
Christopher, please beat Tom Brady.
Fellas. Oh, I can easily beat Tom Brady with this next underdog story. Let's talk.
Oh, no.
About the brave little toaster. Fellas, another incredible piece of American cinema.
The movie's psychotic.
It tells just a beautiful underdog story. So the brave little toaster involves 5 appliances that are alive. And also decide to take on incredible odds to search for their family. Except for in this story, unlike my last one, the family actually did abandon them by selling the family cabin.
Sometimes you get rid of appliances, though,
Yeah. No, they're like selling the cabin
and toasters.
So these 5, the scrappy 5, the starting 5, you've got a toaster,
Fab 5.
Yep. Okay. A radio, a desk lamp, obviously named Lampy, an electric blanket named Blanky, and last, a vacuum cleaner named Kirby. Isn't that great? And much like Homeward Bound, these 5 go through a truly harrowing journey involving almost losing power for their electrically charged crew members, which they in turn charge the battery for by using Lampy as a lightning rod. Doesn't go great for him. They almost drown in quicksand, but get saved by some dude that they later scare the shit out of by pretending to be a ghost and giving him a concussion.
Okay.
And they eventually find their family, but then get thrown out by the family's newer appliances. But the family TV is their man on the inside, and he plays ads directing the kid of the family to search a nearby junkyard where... Again, spoiler alert. Feel free to skip if you don't want the ending spoiled. The brave little toaster sacrifices himself to save his friends and the kids from a giant crusher machine that they just happen to have at the junkyard. But once everyone is rescued, they're able to fix the brave little toaster. Perfection. Greatest movie of all time, boys.
If I was the owners, I'd be so annoyed. I got rid of all these appliances. Why are you back in my kitchen?
We just sold the cabin and we did the McCoy thing of left a whole bunch of shit there for the next person.
A big hole.
There's a big couple of holes in the roof. And you mean to tell me these appliances came and fucking found us?
Yeah, they followed us? How old is that movie, Joe? 40 years?
I mean, I don't know. I'm almost 40, and
This is 1987, boys.
Yeah, there we go. 37 years old.
Holy cow. Guys, Pete Gray, he's a guy who bat .218 in 77 games. He had a .959 fielding percentage.
Okay.
He had one arm in the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
What?
1945 MLB season. Old Pete Gray during the war.
Yeah, scrubs.
The St. Louis.
So he's 4F, and they're like, I don't know, man, go pick up a baseball.
Did he lose it in the war?
No, at age 6 in a truck accident. He played for the St. Louis Browns. Rosters were a little thin during those years, so he would use a cushion glove. He'd flick it off after catching to throw with his left, but he bat .218. There are people in today's Major League Baseball with 2 arms batting .218.
Gallo?
Yeah. Guys, this guy's one arm. You talk about Abbott with one hand. This guy's got one
Abbott
arm.
Had 6 hits total.
This guy was batting .218. That's not bad. Us 3 could not bat .218 right now in Major League Baseball.
No, I could not bat 1.
But could we, with the pitchers they were fielding, only going based off of 4F dudes?
Oh, that's a curveball. You see what I did there?
See?
I might be able to hit .218 in 1945 versus those athletes and all the men are at war. I might be able
That's a good question. Could the Juice Boys hit .218 in
1945 and during the scrubs who played during the war? Could we hit .218?
I'm going to go out on a limb and just say, no, I can't.
I think we could.
I think maybe the other 2 of you, sure. I'm not going to. I'm going to go watch the
a .959 fielding percent. We could do that.
I don't know. I have to move for that.
Oh, Joey's a David Wells type. He's a David Wells type.
I'll be,
boy.
yeah. I'm DH.
Pete Gray, guys. R.I.P. Him and who needs limbs?
I guess not. Yeah, two.
God, that's incredible.
I don't get one arm. I don't get how
even if you are on, like the replacement squad, that's fantastic.
Well, just think of the scout who had to pitch it to the coach. Like, this guy's got talent. There's just one thing.
Real Jonah Hill moment.
He's got one arm, and the coach is like, "You're shitting me, right?" Like, yeah, but he can play.
He's really good.
Out of all the guys not dead in World War II, this guy can. Underdog's not dead. Cinderella story lives on forever.
Remember, Juice Junkies, you can listen to the show on all major podcast networks and YouTube. Please follow and rate the show and leave us a review through Apple, and we encourage you to follow the YouTube and Spotify channels.
Please.
Pray.
Yeah. Be a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast. Join our Juice Junkie community. We would love to have you. Write it in. We need some fan interaction. We love you. Cody, back to you.
That just about does it for us, guys. Stat of the day, March Madness will be a quickie. Who was the last Cinderella story to win the national championship? Considered that. Not Final Four, none of this bullshit.
I was going to say, weren't we just talking about FAU from 2 years ago?
No, you got to win. You got to actually win the thing. I know the Final Four and the championship are equal value to people in college basketball, but who is the highest seed to win the national championship? Last true Cinderella story.
Wasn't it NC State in '83 with Jim Valvano?
But close.
No. Okay, because what were they, a 6th seed, I think they were?
I think you're right, yeah.
All right, so that wasn't them.
That was incredible, Joey.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Christopher?
I'm just going to go ahead and go with Lipscomb. Whenever.
In general.
Just anytime.
Okay. No,
so
that is not correct.
Okay, Villanova in 80. Okay, when was Patrick Ewing drafted? It would have been 85 when they were at 8.
Oh, fuck. He got it right.
Yeah.
That was my next guess.
Was it 85?
It was in Villanova, 1985, beating Patrick Ewing. That was when the tournament expanded to 64 teams. They are the highest seed or lowest seed, whatever you want to call it, to win in the 64-team layout, beating Patrick Ewing.
That was incredible.
Joey.
I don't know why I thought.
Beautifully done, Joe.
I don't know why I thought of Valvano first when I knew that was 83. And then I was like,
holy cow, Joe.
Second guess is still okay.
You pull it out every once in a while, and it just amazes me.
Just brilliance.
Thanks.
Just brilliance.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
That was. What was the other one? Was it Wheel of Fortune? Oh, I got to repost that. When Joey guessed how many miles Vanna White had walked.
Oh yeah, like
he was within like 200 steps or something.
Yeah.
After 30 years
of football field.
Within 30 years of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Joey,
that is one you should clip and post. That was brilliance.
Yeah. You know what else is brilliant, guys?
That ending to the show.
That's a good ending to the show.
Finally.
That's legitimate, professional.
That was a dandy.
Ending. Wow, guys. March Madness. We got Sweet 16, Elite 8, opening day. NBA starting to wrap up. NHL heating up. We got a little NASCAR I'm watching. Masters coming up. F1.
F1 is back.
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton's on Ferrari. It's heating up. Audi joins next year. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, Chris, when is Masters? 2 weeks?
What is that? Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh, we'll be talking about it, guys. Love, love, love. We'll see you next week.
See you in the stands, losers.
Later, losers.
That's it. Damn it. Okay.